Now loading.
Clint, the founder of Corteiz. His name has become synonymous with streetwear, especially since the pandemic. So at this point, you should know who he is.
It's Clint! Clint!
Since being founded back in 2017, the Corteiz brand has continued to disrupt the fashion world, with the underground scene and grassroots culture being at the heart of it all.
It's a new day, new era.
Clint is an explorer and seeks inspiration regardless of the environment.
Whenever inspiration don't find you, you have to find it.
Clint is constantly going where the creativity is and where the ideas are being embraced. I think this is why he travels to different parts of the world to connect with the creative underground scenes, whether that's in New York, Tokyo, including connecting with Anthony Asfor at Punk and Yo's pop-up shop in Tokyo, Brazil, including recently attending the Places Plus Faces and Corteiz party in Sao Paulo, where he was able to really see the appreciation that they have for the Corteiz brand over there. And during his time in Brazil, Clint was able to meet Brazil football icon R9. There's other locations, but these provide a clear enough picture of how Clint has been exploring the world. I think Clint has been exposed to different cultures and various ways of creating, marketing, and building things. It's clear that Clint understands the importance of ecosystems and community. Sometimes people get to experience a particular environment or product connected to an individual, and then they get to actually meet that individual. Clint went from visiting the previous home of fashion designer and entrepreneur Nigo, a museum-inspired home consisting of great interior design, amazing collectible items, iconic furniture, and much more, to connecting with Nigo during his time in Japan. He had dinner with Pharrell back in November 2022 and reminisced about the front-end video. Clint posted an image of Pharrell from the front-end video alongside their picture. Made me think, damn, what was Clint actually thinking about? Was Clint thinking about the front-end video being like an archive video and one of the most influential music videos in menswear for the 21st century? There's so many different worlds that were brought together in that one music video. You saw the debut of Pharrell and Nigo's Billionaires Boys Club clothing line. Bape clothing was also being promoted in the video. Skateboarders skating on the half-pipe skating ramp. Jay-Z, who featured on the song. Lanisha Cole and Laura London were Pharrell's lead and supporting love interests, respectively. Pusha T, Nigo, Chad Hugo, and Lenny Kravitz also made appearances in the music video. Another great thing about that video, outside of the house party vibes, was that you saw two sides of Pharrell. The streetwear and backpack Pharrell, and he also showed you the smart, casual, and classy side of his style. During the bridge of the song, where he's wearing a white blazer and what looks like a white dress shirt, complementing the light blue walls, creating an exotic vibe with the heavenly sky visuals on the screen in the background. Pharrell showed the diversity of his style in that moment. I wonder if this was on Clint's mind when he met Pharrell in that picture. Clint was also wearing a Corteiz waffle cream long sleeve top with black and red tigers, where the Sea Star logo was also part of the tiger's tail. The men's long sleeve top that Clint is wearing is also now available for purchase via the Corteiz website, which I'll touch on a bit more later on in this video essay. Clint documents his journey, providing behind the scenes style access, creating another vehicle for people to buy into the Corteiz brand. Not only are we seeing the development of Corteiz as a fashion brand, but we're also seeing the development and evolution of Clint as a business person, brand builder, and ultimately as a personal brand. With Clint recently being named in the 2023 Hypebeast 100 list of creatives for his impact on streetwear. Every post he makes feels like a mini commercial for the Corteiz brand. Showing Corteiz products in their warehouse is the ultimate behind the scenes access, because warehouses represent more than just a storage space. They represent the process of preparing to deliver something of value to someone and to a particular place or location. There's a sense of urgency. Storing the product is not enough. When there's a request based on a demand, products need to be sent to the consumer or to the partner. The job is not finished.
You're not happy, or you're only half happy, or
Still to be happy about.
you're up 2-0?
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's good when you can see the operational side of a brand, in particular the logistical side of things, showing the distribution of Corteiz products. As Clint has been able to build the Corteiz brand, there have been points where he has been able to take a step back and appreciate how far the brand has come. Clint regularly reflects on his journey building the Corteiz brand. During the fourth quarter of 2023, Clint reflected on the last 18 months of the Corteiz brand. He basically talks about how grateful he was for the progress of the Corteiz brand and how he didn't grow up wanting to get into fashion, but he never imagined that when he was young and when he was buying Nike trainers, that fast forward 10 to 12 years, he'd be designing his own. Clint also reflected on the collaboration with Nike and the initial obstacles that he faced in this particular journal entry. So here he speaks about being grateful for everybody who purchased the Corteiz Nike Air Max 95s and everybody who engaged with the lookbooks and shared the work. And he speaks on not coming up in certain fashion circles, but being able to organically build his community. And he received a cease and desist from Nike back in 2019, which was based on the Corteiz brand conflicting with the Nike Corteizes. But then 3 years later, he received a contract from them about doing a collaboration. So he was really appreciative of how things can turn out. He really appreciated the journey that came with this. You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. Steve Jobs. How I interpret this is allowing your curiosity to guide you as you move forward, being open and adaptable along the way. Throughout the journey, when we look back and reflect, those dots will connect themselves and will appreciate the journey even more and the openness that we had to embrace the opportunities that we had in front of us. So one of Clint's most important creative collaborators is Walid Labri, a film director and photographer, and they put together some great campaigns that have extended the DNA of the Corteiz brand beyond clothing, footwear, and accessories. The Great Bolo Exchange event invited their diehard fans, including the youth, to exchange their branded puffer jackets such as North Face, Stussy, Montclair, Supreme, and Arc'teryx for unreleased Corteiz Bolo jackets. And this took place at Wormwood Scrubs car park near White City, West London. The jackets exchanged went to the homeless via St. Lawrence Larder, a London-based charity that provides meals for the homeless. The Corteiz IG account promoted the details, and the instructions included having to bring an authentic branded jacket in reasonable condition, which made you eligible to receive a new Corteiz Bolo jacket. This move was genius because it inspired people to position Corteiz above the other brands, and as a byproduct of this, he gave back to the less fortunate. This was also a sustainable move and basically an example of bartering. The exchange provided a lot of symbolism where people weren't just exchanging their branded puffers for the Bolo jackets, but they were also exchanging the values that came with the other brands for the values and branding that represents Corteiz, ruling the world, and that rebellious energy that comes with the brand. It was the idea of them going up against the Goliath brands. Corteiz was showing that people were at the heart of what they do and that they're connected to the grassroots, the ground level, and the streets. They're community driven at the end of the day. This was them telling their community that they can defeat Goliath with their help. It was a call to action to their diehard fans and a great use of guerrilla marketing to capture the hype in a mysterious way. The Air Max 95 Corteiz and Nike collaboration ad was high-level storytelling, touching on a variety of emotions, directed by Walid Labri. The Corteiz Air Max 95s were placed in different scenarios. A tug of war between two people fighting for the Gutty Green version of the Air Max 95s. You saw them in the presence of inspired school kids, Clint being the highest bidder for them at an auction house called Labri, with the number that he uses for his Instagram profile, 419, appearing on the bidding card, where he was able to secure the Corteiz Nike Air Max 95s in the Gutta Green, Pink Beam, and the Aegean Storm. This scene allowed Clint to position himself as a fan of his own brand. Georgia Smith, wearing a Corteiz hoodie and a small casual shirt, as a Corteiz customer service advisor. And there being a close-up on the Corteiz Nike Air Max 95s that she's wearing. Designer and artist Sloan appeared out of nowhere like Crash Bandicoot, giving appreciation to the Air Maxes, but also interrupting a freestyle that was about to build momentum. You had comedy from Charlie Mace. Everyone that grew up watching the Ronaldinho Jogo Bonito commercial felt nostalgic when it was recreated by Phil Foden in the Corteiz Nike Air Max 95s. The collaboration made sense on many levels, including the fact that Air Maxes have played a key role in UK streetwear over the past, let's say, 25 years. Corteiz have explored unconventional approaches when marketing the brand, and the 99p Corteiz drop was one of them. Selling Corteiz cargos worth £125 for 99p. Even though only a few were able to purchase them, it was still a great marketing spectacle. The Corteiz rally campaign, titled "This is England," was filmed in Wales, and the blue and yellow design of the rally car was paying homage to arguably the rally racing GOAT, Colin McRae, with the blue and yellow colors on the rally car with Corteiz branding. This was a very on-brand campaign, with rally racing being high energy, which is how Corteiz approaches its marketing, especially product drops, embracing high energy and disruption. Rally cars have to be sturdy, agile, and versatile. The Corteiz brand embodies these characteristics of rally car racing, and in many ways, the journey of Corteiz has been similar to the conditions of a rally car race, which consists of different conditions and terrains, such as rough dirt roads. A rally car race's performance gear consists of a bomber jacket and rally racing trousers, which lives in a world that Corteiz can exist in style-wise. The competition factor and the style clothing that a rally racer wears share some similarities with streetwear. This was Clint and Walid placing the Corteiz brand within the world of rally racing. The Crossbar Challenge gave the opportunity for people to win a pair of unreleased Corteiz Air Max 95s if they were able to hit the crossbar from outside the 18-yard box. To build up anticipation, Real Madrid midfielder Camavinga helped to promote it with his own demonstration wearing the Corteiz Air Max 95s.
Gabriel Moses.
A photographer who has been a regular collaborator with Clint shot Clint's cover on Days magazine. The Supreme and Corteiz collab was promoted with a red billboard, a collaboration that a lot of people were anticipating. Both Martin Rose and Clint appreciate the football jersey aesthetic. Clint has showcased Corteiz football jerseys and has been able to connect with footballers like Saka, Foden, R9, and others. This would be an interesting collaboration where there could be a Corteiz, Martin Rose blazer made to complement a Corteiz, Martin Rose football jersey, creating like a luxury football streetwear collaboration. Clint knows how to create urgency around the Corteiz products. Product drops have taken place in various locations. Some of the most notable Corteiz product drops include the 100-man strong races through the streets of Paris and a pop-up in a bodega in New York. These product drops are disruptive forms of marketing and are high energy. This is another example of guerrilla marketing. Some people may say that this strategy can lead to burnout, but I think as long as Clint and the Corteiz team maintain a strong connection and relationship with the streets, aka the underground scene, aka grassroots, on a global scale, they can continue to experience longevity. I think what's worked for the Corteiz brand is its focus on being community first and building around that. It feels like the Corteiz brand is always in sync with its consumers, and their movement feels like one that resembles a sports team. I think another thing that's worked for the Corteiz brand is creating a sense of urgency. When you think of the Corteiz brand, you think of rules the world. In many ways, it's a call to action. It's about changing the world, inspiring the people who embrace being disruptive creatively. That's my interpretation of what the brand represents. Even producer M1 said that he wants to be the Corteiz for producers. That's telling that a producer that makes music and provides a sound for music artists identifies with what the Corteiz brand represents. That grassroots, but also rebellious energy. A brand that embraces the idea of aggressively pursuing world domination. M1 talked about building a community for producers and being a facilitator of things like pop-up experiences for emerging and upcoming producers. Virgil called the rise of Corteiz as inevitable, and Virgil was seen wearing Corteiz socks at the 2021 Met Gala. So here's a look at the Corteiz logo designs. You've got the Alcatraz Island logo, which is a symbol that embodies a rebellious way of living. You have the Corteiz All-Stars logo, the C-Star logo, the CRTZ logo, the RTW logo, and the Corteiz Superior Royal logo. In terms of Corteiz's footwear style, it's about comfort, functionality, and style. And for me, it's about footwear that can be worn in different occasions. So you can see the Corteiz Nike Air Max 95s in the 3 different color versions. And then you also have the Corteiz Crib Crepe, which is the comfy footwear that can be worn at home, but really they can be worn anywhere where extra comfort is needed. And you can also see the Alcatraz logo on the front and C-Star logo in the sole. In terms of clothing, Corteiz's clothing range consists of items like puffer jackets, button-up jackets, denim jeans, knit sweater tops, hoodies, complementary jogging bottoms, tracksuits, t-shirts, mesh tops, rugby shirts, and long sleeve thermal tops that are a tight fit to the body. And this is what Clint was wearing in the picture of him at dinner with Pharrell. In terms of accessories, you have beanies, trucker hats, leather gloves, and duffel bags. The Corteiz brand has made a lot of progress up to this point within streetwear and the world of fashion as a whole. Clint's personal brand has continued to grow along with it. It's great seeing the development process and journey of someone building something. It's great to see someone who is curious enough to go where the inspiration and creativity is, testing out new product concepts in public through public prototyping. It's this openness that adds excitement and fulfillment to the process. How much more can the brand achieve? Only time will tell.
2018, 5 years from now, you're probably going to be seeing this. You don't see this, man. My name.
But I got mine. Corteiz rules the world.